All right, hot mics, hot takes. Trump's social media team striking again with another AI photo. Trump loves the AI images. He can't keep himself off of ChatGPT. This one's an image of Obama in jail wearing an orange jumpsuit. Trump continues to desperately wag the dog. It's tired. It's boring. Frankly, it's exhausting. There's Obama getting arrested. He's got him in the orange jumpsuit, the whole thing. But it's all wag the dog. His base, including MAGA heavies like Marjorie Taylor Greene. And when you lose Marjorie Taylor Greene, you are really at a loss. Tucker, not MAGA, but vocal Candace Owens, they all keep calling for Trump to deliver on his promise to release the Jeffrey Epstein files. Trump is doing everything he can to distract from that mission. So he's going back to some of the greatest hits. The Russia hoax, specifically claiming Obama fabricated or exaggerated the Russia interference claim to sabotage Trump's 2016 win against Hillary. Enter another stoolie. Tulsi Gabbard just issued a report containing 100-plus pages suggesting Team Obama suppressed intelligence and directed the creation of an intelligence community assessment that they knew was false in order to sabotage Trump. Today she spoke. Here's what she said.
The House Intelligence Committee Oversight Report that we released today reveals that, quote, unlike routine intelligence community analysis, the intelligence community assessment was a high-profile product ordered by the President Obama. It directed senior intelligence community agency heads and created an intelligence community assessment limited to just 5 analysts using one principal drafter. This is not something that occurs in the normal path of producing an intelligence community assessment that reflects the views
is this
across
just
the intelligence
ridiculous?
community.
You're in the middle of this, the demands for the Epstein files, and all of a sudden we're launching something on Obama. This is more obvious than launching missiles into Afghanistan. In typical, if not totally predictable fashion, Trump just adorns his shiny object of distraction with calls for Obama to be prosecuted, imprisoned, all the blah, blah, blah. Come on. But Obama bit and responded. He called it outrageous and a distraction, which it definitely is, right? But can two things be true? I don't know what his involvement was, but that was 2016, and everyone in the world is tired as hell of hearing about Russia. Back to Epstein, right? If MAGA lets him off the hook here, they've lost the middle of the country, that independent vote entirely, along with the identity and soul of MAGA, which I believe has, is built upon a real foundation of getting to what they believe is, deep state conspiracies against Republicans, all held by Democrats. That's what they believe. So you have to deliver on Epstein. Russia tried to influence opinions, but we're not responsible for any fraudulent votes. Little Marco was the chair of the Senate Intelligence Committee at the time, and he signed off on the whole thing. Okay, so let's get back to Pedo Island here, okay? Where are the Epstein files? Will anyone risk access and power to do the right thing? I have some faith in one man, Dan Bongino. Some. It's a massive mountain to climb, but he may possibly be the guy. He's on the inside. He definitely did some major ass kissing to get there, but, hey, we all have. But he did so believing that there were honorable goals and ends where they aligned, right? His mistake, there is no honor, no code, and now no ends. The deep state secrecy which holds our government hostage will not be exposed as promised. What are you going to do? Bongino. Now Trump is trying to overwhelm this groundswell of anger within MAGA with his own generated distractions, like jailing Obama and other things. Will it be enough? More weapons to Ukraine here. I thought we were going to end the Ukraine war on day one. Will all this be enough for Bongino, Kash Patel to save face? Forget Vance. Vance is campaigning for 2028. You see, Bongino is a guy whose conscience, I believe, will bother him if he allows the president to wag the dog on Epstein. On the campaign trail, Trump said he would unseal the files. He said it. Don Jr. railed away like Stalin about it from the stage. Patel, J.D. Vance, Bongino, they're all calling it out, declaring change was on the way. Finally, if the MAGA base has a deeply held uniting belief, we've said it, it is that no more corruption from the deep state Democrats. Most recently, Trump has been lashing out at his supporters for buying the latest Democrat-fueled hoax, which is a reliable scapegoat. He's gone to that well many times with success. He even says, I don't want, their support, the people calling for this, and he even calls out the media, certain media. Where are my friends? Where are my pals? Where are my gals in the media? Where are you? Why are you turning? Why are you buying all this stuff from them? This, Russia hoax and everything else. On Friday, Pam Bondi, at the behest of her president, who asked her to seek the release of any and all pertinent testimony, subject to court approval from grand jury proceedings involving convicted sex offender Epstein, Pam asked a federal judge to unseal some transcripts. She said transparency to the American public is of the utmost importance to this administration. What a bunch of bullshit. But thanks. Now, please, open the files. These transcripts will not have what you expect or what you suspect is in the Epstein files. This is smoke and mirrors. But will it be enough for Patel, Mike Johnson, others who have called for transparency? Definitely will be enough for spineless Mike. Maybe not Bongino, though, who has said he has firsthand knowledge of Clinton on the Lolita Express doing some weird stuff. Will Megyn Kelly stay on it or move on? Candace Owens, kind of love Candace, and just the fact that she's so much conviction. She swears that she's going to die on this hill. Here's why it requires grit and your own code of ethics. A list released by the Justice Department in February shows investigators gathered financial records, travel logs, photographs, data from phones and computers, blueprints of property Epstein owned, all that. How much of that underlying material was presented to the grand jury and would be included in a so-called release of pertinent and credible information only? Are we to believe the judges appointed by Trump, loyal to Trump, are going to release anything noteworthy? Or are they running interference for him? Is there a little wink-wink situation going on here? How closely is Pam Bondi sitting there assisting, providing direction on what might qualify as relevant or credible or pertinent? Is Trump's name being redacted from those files as we speak? Forensic metadata nerds, get your rest right now. Your services are going to be needed. Speaking of Trump, Stephen Colbert's late night show got canceled, as you know, much to the delight of Donald, according to someone who never, ever lies or just makes shit up. The Jimmys could be next. This is interesting. Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon, according to Trump, they're next. After celebrating the demise of Colbert, Trump declares there's strong word that Kimmel and Fallon are next on the late night chopping block. He said, the word is, on Truth Social, the word is, and it's a strong word at that, Jimmy Kimmel is next to go in the untalented late night sweepstakes, and shortly thereafter, Fallon will be gone. Quote, these are people with absolutely no talent who were paid millions of dollars for, in all cases, destroying what used to be great television. It's really good to see them go, and I hope I played a major part in it. The trolling is unbelievable.